Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. So alright, today I'm on a little bit of a Euro Truck kick. So I'm going to record another episode right now. As you can see, I have a, well, I don't know if it's obvious, but it's called a gondola, apparently. And we're going to go ahead and take this over to Berlin. And we'll see how this goes. Alright, where are we here? We need to head right. Lucky for us, that car is just waiting there for us to go. That's beautiful. Love when that happens. Turn right again. Excellent. So yeah, this is a gondola. Now I'm not sure exactly what they describe as a gondola. It's that. If I bring up the information, would be number 5, 6. Yeah. That's what they call it, a gondola. So I don't know exactly what that's supposed to be, but it's supposed to be a gondola, so whatever that is, I guess. Anyways, so this is another short trip, nothing too crazy. Generally, I don't record really long trips. I haven't actually done any kind of super long trips in a while. There was a time when I would go from London to London to St. Petersburg, but I haven't done too many of those recently, so. And that's probably just due to the fact that I haven't played a crazy amount of Euro Truck. Every now and then I do get on a Euro Truck kick, so that's the reason why I love picking it up. And the game never gets old, like it really doesn't. Let's bring up our lights here. Never gets old. You can pick this game up and play it for a little bit, put it back down, and still feels as fresh and new as it did the very first day you picked it up almost. So one of the really nifty aspects of Euro Truck that I just love. And same with Farm Sim, really. Like, in reality, you can do the same thing with Farm Sim. You can drop the game for like a month, 2 months, come back to it, and everything seems amazing, fresh and new, and all that jazz. So, one of the nice little aspects of the game, I guess. Minecraft's kind of like that too. You can walk away from it, and then there's new mod packs that come out, and then you're like, "Oh, what's that mod pack all about?" sort of thing. So, I don't know, one of my preferred mod packs for Minecraft is Direwolf, but he hasn't updated his pack, and it was, I don't know, I haven't looked, honestly, but last time I checked it was, hadn't been updated in a while, so, well, at least as far as I know. Usually when he does a big up map, or he did a big mod update, a mod pack update, I'll say, he generally starts a new series, but he hasn't started a new series yet, so I think he's on episode 100 and something. I don't know how that guy does that. What I mean is, I don't know how he keeps it interesting for that long. I don't know. I've never been able to do the same thing. Not replicate it with Farm Sim, at least. Usually I get to about 20 episodes or so for most series, and then it's done. People are just not interested in the map anymore. I might still be, although sometimes, but not everybody else. So, like, for example, Manchester's kind of like that right now. Like, I love playing that map still, but people are kind of like, last time I posted an episode, someone was like, okay, I think it's time to change the map. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. Totally understand. I just love the game, though, so I love that particular map as well. So, one of the reasons why I guess I haven't brought myself to change it up yet. So, very cool map, so. I don't know. One of those things. I think I did the same thing with the newbie farm I played. I think 30 episodes on that. But it's different for everybody, really, so. I know, who is it? Landy Kid, for example, he does quite a few episodes on a particular map and then changes, but I don't know. I get, depending on the map, of course, like some maps I'll play and I'll be like, whoa, this is the coolest map ever, and then it'll be like an initial coolness, and then for me it'll like fade away. So it just depends on the map, really. Every map's a little different. Like, I find personally maps with soil mod seem to keep me a bit more interested because there's more involved. Whoa, buddy, what's with the slowness? Holy cow. That's just me personally, though. I know a lot of people don't like the soil mod because it's so involved, and some people do like the soil mod because it's involved. So many different thoughts on it. A couple people have asked me actually to do a tutorial on how to use the soil mod, actually, and I've actually found a tutorial that he has done a really good job explaining the different aspects of the soil mod. and I think he has done a really good job. Like, he's gone through like individual like aspects of it, like soil moisture and whatnot. Like, he did a really good job. And if I remember, I'll put a link to his video in the description, or link as a card. But it's a really good video. I don't know. I'm not sure if I could do a better job than he did, because he did a very good job explaining it all. I think he might have actually been part of the team who helped create the soil mod. I think, maybe. I'd have to double check that, honestly. I know English isn't his first language, so I think he has a bit of a German accent, but that's okay. As long as he's understood is what the main thing is here. So let's get in the slow lane here. It's funny, in Canada, in Ontario, we have these special lanes that are like multi-person lanes. So it's meant for people who have, like, it's two or more people in the car with you, or if you're in a taxi or a bus, I think. If you fall under one of those categories, you're allowed to go in the lane. But basically, like, if you go in the lane and you don't have one of those things, you actually can get a pretty hefty fine, as far as I know. But the funny thing is, the lane, so this would be the lane right here. It's on the leftmost side in Canada here. And what happens is, if you see your exit coming up, you basically have to go from, like, you basically have doing this. You're driving on the left lane and you're like, oh shoot, there's my turnoff right there. And you hit your indicator and you basically go across all the lanes, and it's really dangerous. If you're not prepared, at least. Usually when I'm driving on the highway, it's because I'm going somewhere I've never been before, and that is usually the reason why I'm not sure where the exits are. Even with GPS, sometimes they sneak up on you when you're just enjoying the drive, sort of thing. So, I don't know. That's what I found about those lanes. Do you have those lanes in your area? I know in England they have, I think it's called congestion lanes. That's what they call it. Something like that. I'm pretty sure a car would move away. Anyways, I think they call them congestion lanes or something like that, where if you're in the lane, you pay an extra fee or something like that. I think that's what they call them, at least. I know you have congestion charges. Really? This is what happens when I use a slightly wider trailer, I guess. Anyhow, oh, this is our turn up here. But I don't know. Let me know if you have those types of lanes in your area. It's different for everywhere. There we go. Make a nice little turn here. Perfect. I don't know. It's I like the idea of the lanes, but not always the execution of them, because it ends up people don't end up using the lane sometimes. So it's not always like it's there, but people just don't use it, which is a little strange, actually. I find it a little strange, and it's because they're driving by themselves and whatnot. So, and sometimes it's just not convenient. Like during rush hour, I believe it's used quite a bit, and I think that's the reason why they have it there. But I don't know. Strangely enough, let me tell you a little interesting story here. In Quebec, they have bridges that go over water, like most places. Anyways, the interesting thing is, some of the bridges, depending where they're located in the area, like if they're close to the downtown core, what they'll actually do with the bridges is, they will change the flow of traffic. So they have like a little light above like the lane, indicating whether you could take the lane or not. And what happens is, like, they change the lane. So if you're in the middle lane could be like, inbound or outbound traffic. It's really odd, and it can create a lot of problems if you're not sure where you're, if you don't drive on the road normally. But it can also create problems if you're not just paying attention, right? So it could be a situation where you're like, oh, is this the lane we're supposed to be in? And it's actually, you're driving into oncoming traffic, basically. So yeah, there's a screenshot of that. Beautiful. So I don't know. It seems a bit odd. I remember when I first saw it, I was like, really? Those lanes like change depending on, you know, the time of day, essentially? And the person I was with in the car like, yeah. I was like, doesn't that create a little bit of confusion or something? And he's kind of like, well, it was kind of funny. Best turn the signal on. Take a nice wide turn. There we go. Nice. Yeah, but it's one of the stranger things I've ever seen on the highway. And recently, roundabouts have become the next big thing in a lot of places in Ontario, at least. You tend to see them more often in some of the newer districts, it seems like. Whoa. The bus decided to turn. The truck decided to turn. I decided to turn. Just mayhem. Looks like this is the turn up here for us. Let's just go outside the cab here for a second. I think it is. Oh goodness. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. I wonder what this is actually like. I'd be a little nervous doing this in real life. Like seriously, like look at the type of location you're bringing this huge area into, or this truck into. Jeez. I also recently changed my my keys a little bit for a Euro truck. I was messing around with the various keys you can set up, and I finally got around to setting up like a start button, like I have in Farm Sim, basically. And what was the start button, and what was the other thing I set up? I can't remember now. I'm just gonna do this. Else you'll watch me late. Ah well. Or else you watch me just sit there. 7 hours late. Oh, that's not too bad, I guess. I think what happened was I started this journey, and I realized I was like, I started in the middle of the night, so I guess I discovered I should progress time a little bit first before I decided to start driving. Oh goodness. Let's see what we got here. Let's just drive around. I don't know if I've been to the city before. Yeah, it's weird because like there's a button for starting the engine. So like you press the button once now, and then it starts electronics, and you press it again for the engine start. It's very different. It's the first time I've actually set up a button. I had it set to automatic for the longest time, so it was not a problem basically. But now, after setting it up like this, it's a very strange. Well, it seems very strange at least because I have never set it up before. There we go. Anyhow, put the parking brake on. Start the engine again. Anyhow, that'll be it for me for today, folks. My name's Iain Robson. This has been another episode of Euro Truck Simulator 2. And if you enjoyed yourself, why don't you go ahead and hit that share button. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you guys later.